There we go. Is that working? Yeah, sorry, I wasn't turned on. Hey, Master J. So it's just you and me, Master J, because it's not streaming to YouTube for some reason. Oh, there we go. It's just turned on to YouTube. So now we're going to get some more people back, hopefully. Yeah, it did exactly what I said it was going to do. It crashed. And this won't happen once we get the new computer. Once I get settled in Warsaw. A beast of a computer. Alright, just welcoming back people from YouTube after the crash, the great crash. Page of Jenna. This is what the computer did. Or that's the only sound effects I've got. That makes sense. Hello, Tony. Yeah, it crashed. But that's because I'm doing this off this tiny little £220 mini PC. But it's just about powerful enough. But it's on the edge. And so in a week or two, once I get settled in Warsaw, I'm going to have a good old beefy mini PC that can do whatever we want. All right, well, let's just go back into Bitcoin. Yeah, okay. That's it. We were just having a bit of a moment, weren't we? Just a bit of a moment. Just appreciating median line. Oh, it's just a thing of beauty. Anyway, we don't need those anymore. But it's just so cool. Median line breaks through first warning line. Not quite the second warning line. Find resistance in the first warning line. Second warning line. First warning line. Oh, so good. Nobody knows about it. Nobody knows. Okay. All right. Well, this isn't a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, unless that was a failed fifth, which not really. So let's take a step back. Well, we can take a proper step back and look at the 30-minute and go, okay, well, this whole thing is a correction, right? Again, start with the macro. Clearly this whole thing's a correction. So given that this whole thing is clearly a correction, rather than an A, B, C, and thinking this is the beginning of A, B, C. Well, this could still be 2. Like the reason why, if I go into the 1 minute. Hello, Raphael. If we go into the 1 minute, I mean, this could still be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then like the wave 1, 2. But then if this was, I mean, that can't be the wave 5. Look, it's just, that's a correction. And yeah, the only way this can be an ABC like this is if that was the third wave sort of in there, but that would be such a tiny little retrace. I think that's us just trying to force things, right? So a much more sensible answer is that this isn't a leading diagonal, you know, and a B and then a C. Do you remember I said that because of this impulse down, I thought, well, if this whole thing's an impulse, then this has to be an impulse as well. But I think we'd have got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but rather than a 1, it's an A, a B, and then this last move is an impulsive C, and that makes a lot more sense, and that would complete this this higher degree C. W X A B. A, B, C. Yeah, so this is a W, X, and Y. So let's get rid of the A, B, C. Oh, he's messaging me. There we go. So this is sub micro W X Y. Remember yesterday I said I'm also looking forward to when I get settled somewhere where I feel like I don't have to sort of be a bit quiet because of people asleep or, you know, whatever. I want to shout. I want to get super excited about market geometry. I'll get loud. Like when I've got the right location, I will get loud. Okay, so this isn't a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get rid of that. So submicro W X Y, combos within combos within combos, W X Y. A, B, C, D, E. I'm still liking that triangle for the X, and then the Y we've got, rather than a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we've got a very kind of unusual, but still an ABC. It's still like hitting that 50% just right. How's the music volume, sound engineers? WXY. Oops, so that's the geometry that gives us, pokes its bottom out the Shirley says, okay, so Shirley, you're the music, you're the sound engineer today. going to give everyone job roles in different streams. So the sound engineer is Shirley. Shirley, you were on the line. You were the line of honor yesterday. I'm not just picking. I don't just love you, Shirley. I love everybody. But I'm not just because you were just the first person to fix the music. It just as a hang on. I think it's Master J is our lead developer. Is that right, Master J? You're our lead developer. No, you're the blockchain engineer, I think. Like, Shirley, you can't be everything. There we go. So, just so you know your roles. Okay. I'm not going to keep moving these around. I'll just leave them. So, I'm happy with this. And look how it's kind of price is just. In fact, I'm going to turn this into a. Well, no, let's leave it. It's like price isn't responding to it too crazily. What's going on here? Is that of interest? It's interesting. Potential geometry. Yeah, well, we might come back to that. Ooh. Am I making you guys yawn? I've got to stop doing that. WX, Y, I'm happy with that, and then obviously a correction up. No, that's fine actually, because we want let's get rid of that. Get rid of the energy points, get rid of that, get rid of that. And W, X, and Y. No. WXY. WXY. Yeah, that's right. Then this is the wrong degree. No. That should be minuscule. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. I wonder. I think so. And then that gives us our nice W. There's the X. But yeah, then the bum 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 with a Y. I'll take that. And then finally, what degree? Are we on the right degree? So this move down is the A, the B. So this is the micro, so the sub-micro. So the B's the micro, and the sub-micro will be a WXY. Oh dear. Yeah, we're in the wrong degree. Get out the way, Shirley. Get out the way, Master J. Yeah, so we should be WX and then the Y down here, which is, again, assuming that this is the end, although we do have a higher low and we've broken out these bit of market structure breakage up there, so it's looking good. Sub-micro. In which case, we've got to take these all down a peg. Bring them down to size, WX. Which means WXY. These have to be pretend like we've run out of degrees. There are actually lower degrees than minuscule. It's just not on trading view. So I'm just kind of pretending, kind of going, you got to get up to get down with it. A, B, C, D, E. Okay. That's grey. See. Which means that would even be lower, which is that, and that. Okay. WX, Y, and then that's going to be bum. Oh, not green. What the hell? There we go. Oh shit. See, every time I click my mouse, it's feeding into the microphone, and the music volume's doing this constantly. And that's going to stop as soon as I upgrade. X. Okay, cool. Now we're into the Y. Well, I mean, it's all a correction, isn't it? Wow, what in-depth analysis, Andy. It's just a correction. Fuck it. So maybe Is that right? Where is it there? Fibonacci trend based to get an idea if we're getting any kind of reading for this WXY. Not really. Not really. Not a sausage. And remind me what this was again. I mean, this might not be right. But this is an A and a B. You're expecting a C, so this is a B. What kind of a retrace did that B give us? So it's just above 50, just above 61.8. What do you reckon? Yeah, 61.8, baby. I think I've marked that on one of the other charts. Rings a bell. But yeah, 61.8, beautiful. So this has gone down to 61.8 nicely. Okay, I accept. And if this is a W, okay, let's do the trend based to get a handle on that bad boy. We're still not getting anything interesting. Nothing too crazy. Fibs aren't really giving us anything here. Of course, it could mean that we've got another push down, right? That's a possibility. Yeah, that is a possibility. I mean, this could be argued as, without looking into what the hell's going on here, this could be argued as, you know, Kennedy's channeling technique territory. Let's have a look if there's any volume areas of interest. Well, that's kind of hanging up there. Naked point of control. Sorry, let's get you guys out of the way. Oh, there we go. You guys just hang out there. Well, according to this wave count, in the macro, A, B, and now it's well, things like we've hit the lower parallel. That's interesting. We've hit the lower parallel, came back up. We bounced off the lower. Look at this. God, I love market geometry. We bounced off the lower parallel of the regular pitchfork, and that's from this geometry, right? Very strong geometry. This is out into the 30 minutes bars, and lower parallel of the Schiff, lower parallel of the regular, lower parallel of the Schiff again. And so according to this macro one, we would expect more of a move up into these areas here. Oh, and again, this is another simulated trade. I think I did this, I forget when I did this, but it's another example of, you know, we've identified our P3 and price has come back down, and there was 2 touches here, so there was a potential entry down here, and as it came back up and it broke these, because these 2 haven't really broken any market structure, so that this is still a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and in the short term we've broken this market structure, which is interesting, right? But we haven't broken this market structure up here, and it's come back down. We've got a higher low that also perfectly hit the lower parallel. We've come back up, we've broken the immediate market structure before coming down, and then boom, right? The lower parallel down here again. And that's the kind of entries that I really like, using Andrew's median lines as a tertiary layer on top of our Elliott wave. And so if this is a wave W and we are expecting a wave X's do tend to be more like deeper than wave B's. And so before we got this corrective move down, we didn't know whether this could be the X, just that's it hit the 50% exactly. This could be the X, WXY, this is the X. Oh, I've got this as a wave A, but this is, if this is a, that can't be wave A, that's got to be a, if this is corrective, that's got to be a WXY. Oh, hang on, what am I doing? Sorry, just realised something. I've got this as WX, and then this is the Y unfolding. Is that true? Is that, I don't know if that's what we're looking at, because that would be the A, B, and then a C here. I mean, that's a really deep B. For a B, that's really deep. That would imply that this is all the B. Let's do a retrace on this to see. I mean, it's not outside of the sort of the realms of possibility. Yeah, so it could be a really, really deep B, in which case we've got like the C to come up to maybe the 61.8 there. If that's the case, and switch to devil's advocate, why might that be wrong? Well, this is corrective coming down here, so I'm not seeing it just disappear down here, because this isn't impulsive. So it, you know, we're still in a correction. So if we're expecting a W and we are expecting an X, if this X was completed, well, I mean, it could mean WX and then there's a Y coming down, but this is all corrective. I'd expect at the very least a comeback, and then we'd have to assess when we get to kind of these levels, because then we might end up with a kind of, you know, head and shoulders pattern, you know, and then we would assess. But if that was a real trade and we did come down here, then I think we would have some time, like, you know, we'd have to raise our stop loss to below this lower parallel. And if it breaks down below this lower parallel, it's like, it's one of these things where it's probabilistically, it's kind of head and shoulders. It's the W, the X, and now this is the beginning of the Y down to here. But if it played out like that, you'd get out without losing any money, like a tiny little profit or something, like not just above break even. That's fine. But this does feel impulsive, I think. Oops. Let's have a look at it. Where are we? This one, yeah. Bum, boom, volume. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, boom, volume. A triangle fifth, yeah, so that feels like really nicely impulsive there, so I'm happy with that being an impulse. And this, I can't see an impulse here. This feels like a W. I mean, you could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you could say that, but then the 1's got so much more volume than the 3. I'm happy with this being a correction. Consortium. Hey, buddy. Hang on a second. Consortium. That rings a bell. Did you used to watch my live streams like a few years ago? When this channel was called, I think it was called Kings of Silver, and then it became Wave Counters. But that name Consortium rings a bell. Negative. Oh dear, never mind. Well, welcome anyway. Welcome. Are you new to the channel? Got excited there. We are just watching me in silence. And everyone watching is psychically absorbing my knowledge through my silence. Now, I will be talking in a second. I'm just kind of just taking stuff in. What I'm trying to do is like this. I like this as an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's nice divergence. You know, everything that I want to see in an impulse. And I think, is that a C? Before that, the B correction, and then is this an A? And then that would be a wave 1, 2, very shallow 2, 3 with the volume. 1, 2, 3. I mean, it could be, and then a 4, the 5. It could be. It could be, right? 1. I mean, that looks like a bloody, a triangle in the wave 2, which I do not like seeing. And then, well, there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. I mean, well, yeah, I'm not sure. It's not like a clear cut impulse. Is it important? Do we need to? Does that? Well, if that is an A and this is a B and that's a C, then it implies that that is the end, right, of the, like an ABC, and that would be now the beginning of the move down, right? Then it ended as it hit the lower parallel of that regular pitchfork, and so it is kind of important, the distinction between a WX and a Y or an ABC. Well, but even if this was an A, B, if this is an A and this is a B and this is a C, that completes this corrective move. And then it's either, okay, that's the first correction of a W, an X, and we've got a Y up to come, or it means that is the completion of this X here, and now we're going down. So it's like up or down. It's like two paths diverged in the woods. And so if it was going to go, Raphael says, I have it complete, and the move up is a fourth of that lower. And the move up is a fourth of that lower. You're going to have to, yeah, I don't know what you mean. I have it as completed. You mean you have this upwards correction is completed, like W, X, Y, or an ABC or whatever, you mean you have that as completed, done, right? So we've got a W down and then this little X. Is that what you're saying? Tony says, now if only we could buy a crystal ball. Oh, you know, I haven't told you guys, I do actually have a crystal ball, and that's actually how I really, you know, work. I just don't tell you guys. So Raphael, you're saying you think this X is completed, and now we've got like a W and X, a little X up, and now the Y is gonna take us down lower. Yes, okay, that's what you think. Because we have hit a 50% retracement. Okay, you know, it's fine. Fine. Let's just get rid of this. Have a little look. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be crazy. Tell you what we should do. What we definitely should do. Let's look for signs of market geometry. Let's just put that there, see if we see anything that's interesting. I mean, these levels are, let's have a look. The high is 25,253, 25253, 25253. This is 25248. So this is actually lower. It's lower. But I feel like price seems to be moving in that direction rather than this direction. Both could apply, because you know, price might be inching towards that that median line. It's too early to say, but from here it does so far. I'm going to keep that up there for now. And you know, this is interesting to look at, but this happened before this pivot point, so it's kind of interesting, but we've got to kind of ignore it for now. So I'm going to keep it there for now, but we can change it later perhaps. Okay, and then well, I mean, that is also where this begins. That is where this, like this, you know, WX. So that's, I'm happy keeping that. And then now I'm going to add a modified shift. All right. Diamonds are forever. And so we're reaching this upper parallel. And so basically this inside this diamond here is, I think, going to be quite telling to see what happens if it drops down. Once it drops down below this lower parallel, then I think that's a bearish sign, because this is a bullish bullish geometry, right? We've got bullish geometry and bearish geometry. If it breaks out outside this red one, then it's looking good, at least in terms of yeah, if it breaks outside, if it breaks into this diamond, then that's going to be bullish. And if it breaks down into this diamond, I would say that's going to be bearish. Yeah, it's just kind of a waiting game. I mean, the thing is, it's 30-minute bars, so there's a lot of waiting to do. it's one of those situations where there's two main possibilities. One is bullish and one is bearish. Which one do I prefer? Let's have a look. Well, so far, there hasn't been a bearish. The bullish market structure has not been broken yet, right? We've got higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and so far higher lows, right? See that? You see that? The market structure? The bullish market structure hasn't been broken yet. As soon as it breaks this level right here, that's the first strong sign that we're now in a bear cycle again. High low. Oh, let's try again. There we go. Okay, so this market structure, higher low. Until we break down below this level, this is going to be the main, like the big boss. If we don't break down below this level, this is why if there was a stop, it'd be below here, right? Raphael said, if I was a meeting, which I'm not, because I'm a probabilist, I would bet it's going to hit that and go down. Hit what? I'll hit this upper parallel here. I mean, if this is indeed the X, and now this is a nice clean WX here, right? WXY here. That's quite clean, right? So this move down. Where is it? Yeah, so we've already mapped this out, right? A nice WXY. Let's see if it channels. Yeah, not perfectly. I'm going to tell you one bullish sign is that if this has completed, it hasn't. It's almost like there's some bullish force that seems to be pushing upwards. Let's see if we can get a. I wonder if a shift is going to be interesting. First, let's do a regular on this. Always start with the vanilla before you get kinky. So we did hit them. I mean, like it didn't quite hit it, right? But pretty much, you know. And then we came back up. Now let's just add a shift to the mix. Let's get a bit freaky here. That's a modified. Price is oscillating right through the center of that. That's interesting. And look how the upper parallel, well, it's the same as the channel. I'll just get rid of the channel. So it's interesting that as it reaches the upper parallel of this modified shift, which is, you know, the W, the X, this is like a channel. As it reaches the top of that channel, it's also going to be testing our upper parallel of our regular pitchfork in the higher degree, right? That's really interesting. So we're getting to a deciding point. But I'm also going to add onto this the shift as well, just to kind of, you know, see what's going on. Let's turn that into a shift. Make it blue, I think. Nah, shift's not really giving us anything, so get rid of the shift. Yeah, look how just price like it's like oscillating around it. I mean, look straight through the center of this. It's like it's got it in its grip. But rather than price going down to like to here, right, which is where like you'd get with a really strong bearish move, it's kind of being pushed away. I wonder if that's a bullish sign from the gods. If I was a betting man, which I'm not, I think you meant to say, yeah. Break market structure. So in the short term, we have broken the downward market structure. That's fine, but you know, let's see if we can get 1, 2, 3 volume triangle fifth. So this is an impulse. So is this a leading diagonal, and is this a wave 3? There's a bit of volume there. So yeah, maybe if that is an impulse, then we've got another B to come and then another move up, which would mean that's an impulse, another move down, another move up, and that's going to take us up out of these boundaries, especially if it goes into this zone. If it goes into this zone, right? Sorry, out here. It's but I think that's quite a bullish sign. Maybe. I mean, Tony says, what does it mean when is riding the middle like that, please? It means, I don't know. But I mean, in the course, I say that the median line often acts as a central axis, like an attractor. You know, you don't want to make trades off the median line because you don't know what's going to happen. Price might zoom through it, it might bounce off, it might kind of oscillate around it, it might kind of condense before shooting up. So the median line is always a target, and your upper and lower parallels, if you are going to use market geometry for your entries, you want to use the either the warning lines or the upper parallels, etc. But the median line itself, it can do this. It just oscillates, like it's just it's just like, you know, it's a groove, baby. But what does it mean? I don't know. What does anything mean? You know, what's the meaning of this? Who can say? To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings of outrageous fortune, or to stand up against them, and in so doing end them. Aye, there's the rub. Sleep, perchance to dream. So is this a wave 1, 2, and 3? I mean, there's a bit of volume. There's not like epic volume. I mean, yeah, there's more coming. It looks more there. And look, like this is a attractor. It's like, come on. So I think, you know, if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, we could like be pulling up to this lower parallel at this point of control. It's not a virgin point of control because we haven't exited this this day. What is this? A day? Oh, this is the month. Wait, in the 5 minutes? Why are we on the month? That's not right. We should be on the day. That's better. So yeah, that was not helpful at all. I mean, we can look at the month, like back here, the 30 minutes. What was the PVP set on here? Yeah, up here, but still not really helping us. I mean, look, guys, if this is a valid pitchfork and price comes up and it exits up here and it doesn't reach this median line, it might, you know, Hagopian's rule might come in. It might mean that this is not the X and we do have like the W, the X, or the W, and this is the X. Like this whole move sideways is the X. That's also an interesting possibility. W, and then we've got this. Yeah, could be. This whole corrective move here could be the X. And then we've got the Y going to come up here. I'm favouring that, Raphael. I'm also a probabilist, but, you know, I'm going to keep this in play. You know, I get the sense. And we'll find out soon because this it's just reached the upper a parallel of this. So it's broken through there, right? But that might just be this impulse structure, 1, 2, 3, 3, triangle 4, 5, fine. And then it's going to get a correct, if that is an impulse, we're going to get a correction down. But I mean, it's got an impulsive feel to it. This would make this a leading diagonal though. Yeah, that would make this a leading diagonal. I mean, it's not perfect though. Actually, no, yeah, 1, 2, yeah, that could be quite nice actually. It would be like literally like that. I'll make this really thick so you guys can see. Like that. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leading diagonal. We're seeing loads of leading diagonals. I'm going to practice my, watch this. I haven't done that before, a zoom. So we've got a leading diagonal and wave 2, and then we've got maybe a wave 3, some volumes kicking in there. 1, 2, 3, yeah, and then a nice, beautiful triangle correction. Beautiful little 5-wave pop. And then we get the correction down. And it's popped its head out above the top of this upper parallel, which again, it's not like an absolute deal breaker, but there it is. Let me just lighten these up a little bit. But it should stop anytime now, really. You know what I mean? Let's do a little trend-based. Trend-based, sorry. Trend-based. I forget what degree we're on. If that's the Y, I guess that would be white. So there. Yeah, so it's very close to the minimum target you get for a fifth wave. Let's see. This doesn't look extended. This is the prophecy extension. Oh, wrong button. Come on. Yeah, except perfectly to the 1.618. So the third wave isn't extended, and that would mean that we might even get an extended fifth wave, but not necessarily. I mean, this wave 1's quite beefy, so you could consider that kind of an extended first wave. Maybe, I don't know. But it's really, yeah, look at that, really nice. Exactly to 1.618, and we've almost stopped to the 0.382. This is the 1 minute. I'm not going to go deeper, but yeah, little wave 1, 2, 3, 4. Although the volume's right there, so 1, 2. And if this obviously comes screaming down, then yeah, then it's hit the 382, and it was all just pretty textbook, really. Above the base channel. There, it does look at this. There you go. I think that was it to the 38.2. Right? Didn't quite touch it, but and then so that would be what would that be in this degree? Minuscule, maybe. Well, that wouldn't be a 1. Would it be a 1 or an A? WX. What are we looking for? So I keep getting lost. If this is a what have I got? WX. If we're expecting a correction, then I suppose it's quite small, so it could be a 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that'd be an A. I think that's too small for an A, so I think that'd be a 1. Again, that's assuming that that's what we're seeing. 1, and then we'll get a 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe. And that would be an A, maybe. What degree would I be looking at for that? That would be, well, that degree, which is minuscule. And if that's the case, what retrace would be looking at for the retrace we'll be looking at for the wave 2. We don't need the base channel now. It's coming right down now, so I'm happy with that being the impulse completed. What do you guys think? And then once we get that wave 2 down, we can create a new base channel. We can do new pitchforks. I think we can do a pitchfork here, although this one hasn't really broken any market structure yet, but given what has transpired, we can have a little play and see if we get anything interesting, although it might be too late now. Let's make that green. Things, where do we put? Look at that. Look at that. I like that. Look at it. Look at it. Oh shit. Price loves it. Price loves it. Look at that. We should have put that on there before. God damn it, isn't it beautiful? Hello, Alpaca Links. Are you new here? I haven't seen your name before. Anyone who is new here, by the way, and you haven't followed yet, please follow. I think when you follow, your name should come up somewhere. Your name should come up there, and we can all celebrate you. And anyone who is new, feel free to ask questions if you don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Doing magic. It's Gary. Yeah, but my brother's called Gary. Is it Gary, my little brother? Look at that, boom. So the cool thing I was saying the other day, it's the cool thing about doing it in the 1 minutes is the way that it's Gary in House Wolves. All right. Well, forgive me for defaulting to my little brother who I've grown up with. And Gary isn't a very common name, you know. In fact, I have actually in my entire life never met another Gary. I've never been like, oh, hey man, what's your name? Gary. Never. From Pandas. Hey buddy. From House Pandas. You are most welcome. So that is a cool thing about doing it in the 1 minutes like this, is because we just watch this impulse unfold. You got to see me kind of how I'm thinking, how I'm assessing it, and in this case we kind of spotted this beautiful market geometry a bit too late, but that's all right. That's all good. And so nice impulse down, right? Super nice impulse. So what then I then predict, and it's broken like this first market structure thing here, so that looks really nice. So there's probably a little wave 1 in there. This is probably a wave 3, and then wave 4, 5, and that'll be like the A, and then a B correction, and we're going to get like the C down to here, you know, the 61.8 or whatever. That would be a typical kind of corrective move, right? And because we've got this geometry that we've still got here, it wouldn't be surprising if the correction came up here, or it depends how sharp it is. I mean, this is now an energy point right there, you know, something to keep an eye on. Right, but an energy point to, if price starts to come back up, that's kind of the area to be interesting. And any of you wave 3 lovers, then if that does transpire like this, then who knows, could be a long. Tony says we've got a Gary in House Wolves too. Oh my god, they're everywhere. They're breeding. My golf pal is Gary. Where have they been hiding, all these Garys? I can imagine like a pack of Garys, like all going round, you know, like together. Alpaca says, I live in the home of golf. Where's the home of golf? I don't actually know where the home of golf is. Is it America? I mean, America's really big, so it would make sense if America's the home of golf, right? I mean, England are the home of cricket, snooker. I think we've got a good football league. Oh, wait, Scotland. Scotland's the home of golf? Really? I mean, I've no idea. I don't follow golf. I've no idea. Alpaca Links is my business in St Andrews. Tony says, so would you put it in a short position now? No. No, I wouldn't, Tony. If you're going to put a short position now, where would you put the stop loss? Like, look, the like a short right now, like the stop loss is going to be way up there. It's just no. If you were going to do a short, let's say you liked this as an impulse and you thought we're going to get a nice correction down, and that looks like it. Look, we've broken this market structure. Then, you know, if we were looking for a short, then we'd be looking for some kind of, you know, corrective move up, and then you got a short. But even then, in this particular scenario, if you did a short, for example, the stop loss is still pretty high. And I mean, to get a 3-to-1 ratio, it's all the way down there, and that's not what this move would be shooting for. So personally, no. I mean, but you know, you've got some market geometry here, fine, but I still think that's a bit, you know, that's not the kind of thing I want to play, you know. St Andrews is the home of golf. St Andrews, I don't know what St Andrews is. Is that a place? Yeah, I don't know what St Andrews is. I mean, I'm Andrew. My name is Andrew. Named after St Andrew. I feel like I should know this. Was this where I was born? Is this where my people are? Place in Scotland. Yeah, I've never been to Scotland. The closest I've been to Scotland is I've watched Braveheart. Good movie. Um, 20 minutes from Dundee. Since we're talking about good movies, I'm going to recommend a movie to you guys, and this is the movie, and you should go watch it. And the reason why I thought of it is because I thought of Braveheart, and I thought, well, the English are the bad guys in Braveheart. Great movie. And then it sprung to my mind. There's another movie where the British are the bad guys, but it's a great movie. It's quite a new movie, but it's funny, it's over the top, it's kind of crazy, but it's really cool. This is what the movie is called, and I want everyone to go and see it. Who's seen this? That's what it's called. RRR. Great movie. Great movie. Great film. Loved it. Okay, so that'll be the third wave. And we're getting the fourth wave correction, so we'd get another push down. I mean, if you wanted to do like a little fifth wave short, look, it looks like we're getting a condensing triangle pattern here. You could do a little short here, right, and put the the short just above there. And if you were doing the Fibonacci trend based, like this is kind of like scalping, isn't it? Scalping territory. So so it's kind of there. So this would be the kind of target, and it's like, look, it's 2.5 to 1, 2.7. So it's not like because it's kind of like it's oscillating around this. The fourth wave is oscillating around the median line because of this push down and this volume. I would be expecting another push down. Pardon me. I would be expecting another push down, but this is like super quick analysis. We're not going off anything else. just on the basis that this looks like that wave 1, wave 2, this looks like the impulse. We've got volume here, we're getting a condensing kind of corrective structure here, and so probability, we're going to get another push down, and the first target will be the 0.382 there. But like, this is the kind of trading that we're going to be doing very quick like this, because it's kind of, I think, entertaining for you guys, and it's kind of great content. But this is not my bread and butter. It's not. I'm a swing trader, right? I'm looking for these much larger moves, and in these larger moves, you've got lots more time to consider different ideas and go and double second guess yourself, and but with this kind of stuff, it's just let's just go, let's just go off gut instinct a lot of the time. So it'll be fun, it'll be cool for the stream, great content, and we'll see how it goes. We're not going to be doing it with big money, but if I start doing it and I start to like do really well, and I find like, oh, I've got a knack for this like scalping kind of stuff, then maybe we can start to start doing it with larger amounts. And hey, wouldn't it be cool if we end up sort of making millions live on stream? That would be pretty sweet. But look, we're getting like this kind of condensing fourth wave kind of thing, you know. So, but you see what I mean? Who was it who said, "Are we going to short?" It was Tony, wasn't it? Yeah, Tony. But you see that if we were looking for a short, it would be like a little fifth wave trade, and it means that you can hide your stop, you know, underneath this. There's a bit of market structure to hide your stop behind. Whereas like just from this fall, it's like, well, no, you got to just wait until you get some kind of corrective pattern or something, you know, because otherwise you just got the stop losses up here or something, and that's not the way I think you should trade. I think you should make sure that your potential losses are always 100% controlled before you enter the trade. You are never risking at the very most no more than 2% of your entire account, and when you're learning, no more than 1%. And so it has to be controlled. If you're just going short without that premeditated loss, if you're wrong, I don't think that's not good risk management. And if you're trading without good risk management, I think you're gambling rather than trading. But here's the move down, right? Here's the condensing correction, and we are getting a move down, and here's our target. And now, because I'm not used to scalping, like at the moment we can't go down into the 1 minute, so I can't really kind of dive in and see what's going on here. So we've set our target, there was our stop loss. Now in scalping, is it a good idea to move your stop loss now to break even? I don't know, because in swing trading, that decision process, you go in and you have a look and you size things up, and you would go into this wave here, and you look at the sub-wave structure of this wave. Now, when we start doing this, I'm going to upgrade trading view so we can go down into beyond just the minute. We can't do that right now. So it's hard to see whether, I suppose it'd be good practice to, like we've got this move down now. Like here's the fifth wave that I said that this would anticipate. So I kind of feel good now that if this was a live trade, we would actually bring the stop loss to, you know, to here or something, right? Because if price comes down and it comes back into this area, I mean, that's the fifth wave completed. In fact, I would even bring the stop loss, because there's the because I'd go in and I'd look for the wave 1 and the wave 3, and I'd put the stop loss just below. Let's say this is wave 1. I don't know. I mean, let's say that is wave 1 and this is wave 3. Then if it comes down and it goes into the territory of wave 1, it breaks a rule. It breaks one of Elliott Wave's rules. And so that would be a great place to put the stop loss. So in this particular simulated example I've just shown you, we now can't lose. We can't lose money because we've moved our stop just below what here it looks like that could be the wave 1, but I can't see the detail. So we're kind of safe. And now it's either going to hit our target or it's going to stop us out. It's called a profit stop. So we've made money, whatever happens. And because this is a very small trade, we would have probably gone all in on our account. And there it goes. Now that might be the fifth wave. So it didn't even reach the 382, and then boom, we just got stopped out, I think. So there we go. So we had like a whatever that was, a tiny amount, and that's how I would. I'm just explaining. That's how I would have shorted that move, but we don't know if that where I placed that stop might have been too low because it wasn't within the wave one of that move, but I can't go in and look at the detail. So if this does come, in fact, let's keep this on screen so we can see. There we go. So we can see whether that was not a well-placed stop, and if it does go up and reach our target now, and then would have been a good trade. So, but do you see the thought process of why I'm, Tony says, "Wussy, did you call it catching knives?" Wussy? Who's Wussy? Oh, what did you call it? What did I call it? Catching knives? Yeah, catching knives. And you don't want to ever catch knives. It's fine to try and catch a knife if there's market structure down below. So if you've got trying to think of an example, it's like to try and catch a knife here. I mean, that's fine. Because, if you're trying to catch a knife there, well, because you've got somewhere really perfect, like the stop loss could be right just underneath this market structure. So you're catching a knife, but it's, do you know what I mean? That's very different than if you're trying to catch this knife, because there's no stop loss to be put anywhere. You're just doing it out of nowhere, But I'm just saying that you said short, and I said, well, if you were going to short, it would be the first trade setup that I taught you guys in the course, which is the fifth wave trade. Right, and you can do fifth, especially in the 1 minute. You can just do this fifth wave trades all day. If this one was a little clearer, again, this beautiful triangle correction here, and this one did. This is the thing. This one didn't even hit the 382. If this one doesn't hit the 382 as well, then it's kind of tricky. But you can make these fifth wave trades all day. But sometimes they don't hit. Sometimes you misjudge. Sometimes. They don't reach the minimum target. Sometimes what you think is a fifth wave setup, it's not a fifth wave, etc., etc., etc. But that's the nature of the game. But this does look like now there's another correction forming, and maybe we're going to get one more push. So that stop loss was probably not within. It wasn't within the wave one's area. It was probably too high and unnecessary. Yeah, but anyway, I think that's quite. It was a nice little demonstration there, little a walkthrough of a thought process. But I kind of want to watch this now to see if it does hit that target. I'm sort of curious. And so that would be the wave A, the B, and then the C would come down here. So let's say that's the wave A, and then we've got the B and the C. Yeah, I think that was it. So oops. Yeah, so it wasn't very strong. In fact, this was at such an extended wave 3 relative to this, so a huge extended wave 3, and it's not crazy that we had a little wave 5. So this little example, we would have had a small little profit, and that's going to happen a lot. Where you little slices, little slice, and then you get the big ones, and then you get the losses. But overall, if you're doing it right, and you're always keeping your emotions out of it, and always just taking what you perceive to be the high probability moves, then in the macro, you'll make money. Gary says, okay, I'm in the correct account now. All right, okay, cool. So if that's wave A, that means we're expecting a wave B. What are we getting let's see, like price divergence, sorry, volume divergence. We haven't got divergence in the RSI though. The RSI is giving us more the MACD histogram is giving us divergence. So yeah, I'm pretty confident, and we'll know when we break this market structure here, which is when we will hit the median line. That's when we can be confident we are going to get another move up. And if you wanted to trade the B correction, then we would wait for a pullback down to here, and then you could do a lot. Again, that could be always trade the pullbacks. Always let the trade come to you. So, but I'd want to go deeper and have a look at the structure of this. But if it hit the median line and came back, then could be a long opportunity with a stop loss down there, because now we're expecting the B wave to come up. If you want to trade a B wave, I wouldn't advise trading corrections if you're still practicing. You want to trade impulses ideally. So anyway, and then if that transpires like that and we get the correction kind of going up to, I've got like an energy point here, we'll see. And then there's a strong impulse incoming in the C, and that could be an interesting trade maybe. But again, it also depends how it all transpires, how it plays out. And in classic market structure patterns, it would give us a really nice let's turn the right thing on. It would give us a really nice head and shoulder pattern, right? So this is the thing, man. Like when you learn about these patterns, you don't realize that these patterns are actually that it's actually something else going on. Like people who just look at market price patterns, they say head and shoulders is a price reversal pattern, and it's like, yes, but why? Well, it's because in this particular example, there's different scenarios, but in this particular example, the left shoulder of the head and shoulders is the wave 3 and the wave 4, which is always followed by a wave 5, which is the head. And in this example, then it turns over to an A, and the right shoulder is a B. And so what precedes that is going to be the C wave. But in this example, if this does happen like this, this is not going to precipitate a massive trend in change direction, because this right side of the head and shoulders pattern is just a wave 2. And likewise, if this was a wave 4 on this on the right side, it would also not mean a massive change of direction, because it's just the wave 3. So that's like the wave 3. And that's just the wave 4, and then it's now got another a 5 up. But if on the 5 you get that kind of structure, that's when you're going to get like the big. That's when all the price pattern followers, and that's all they do. If they are lucky enough to get that, rather than a head and shoulders on a wave 2 or a head and shoulders on a wave 4, if they get it right at the top of an impulse, then they're like, see, head and shoulders. Okay, what time is it? It's 10:15. I've been going on for 2 hours and 15 minutes, so time to wrap up a little thing. But I think we had a good session. So be interesting to see what happens. So this is it for the weekend now. So we'll come back on Sunday, and we'll see where we are. But you guys keep an eye on this. Be interesting to see if we do get that head and shoulders pattern. We do get a B up and then another C down. And if we do continue this impulse, if that is wave 1 and wave 2, and we do get a 3 up, and what will be interesting, and this is something for you guys to watch out for, because I've got this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that 5 is an A wave. So I've got it like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, and that. Is that what I've got? I've got this whole thing as an impulse. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that, right? As a impulse. I think that's what I've got. Yeah, wave 1, when that completes, wave 2 down, maybe to this energy point right there. That'd be kind of a nice focus area. And then a 3, a 4, and a 5, and that would complete this. And so if we do get that, then it should follow Kennedy's channeling technique, where we get wave 1, wave 2, we create the bass channel, and then wave 3, blasts through the bass channel. If, on the other hand, we get something more like this, let's say that is the wave 2 ends there, right? And this is our bass channel. If on the other hand we get something that just does kind of comes up to sort of here, then it's looking like this might be an ABC instead, and that's something else that would mean something else. But this is my favorite so far. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it was helpful. And that wraps up a whole week of the Decentralist. And I think, is this the second week we've been doing the Decentralist? I think it's the second week, isn't it? So I think that's we're 2 weeks in, and I think it's going well. I think I'm enjoying this. And even though we're just doing, I'm chatting a bit about the project and whatever, but we are focusing primarily on Bitcoin wave counts, and that's fine. You guys are enjoying it. You're all learning. Master Jace is helpful. Yes, thank you, Andy. Good stuff. But we are going to branch out and get into more juicy stuff, especially once I've got the new kit and I've got more screens, and I've got to work out the tech stuff of how to make sure you guys can see those screens. But I'll do that. You're welcome, Marcus. You're welcome, Tony. Good luck with the move. Yeah, so I think to most people, a move is a big deal. Like, you think moving trucks and stuff. I've got one suitcase. It's a big suitcase. It's not a small suitcase, but I've got one suitcase and my bag. That's it. And all this stuff, the lights, the camera, the tripods, it's all going to just pack away into my bag. So for me, a move it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all. To some people, moving city, moving country is like a big deal. For me, it's not. It's nothing. That makes it sound like in a bit of an arrogant way. I don't mean that in an arrogant way. Obviously, it's a great position to be in, but it's not something that takes a lot of money. You guys, I'm sure, like, you guys have assets and things that I don't. You've probably got cars and mortgages and things, and you've got like fingers in pies all over the place. And so this lifestyle kind of requires you to be more, to have less obligations and things in different, in different places, things that can pin you down. I have nothing pinning me down everywhere, which is kind of how I choose to live. It's kind of like being a pirate. I don't know if you guys saw, I wrote this sales page. I don't think you guys saw it, for the wave counting immersion. I think this is after you guys all got in, and in it I talk about how one of my favorite movies growing up was Waterworld. And as I'm writing this sales letter, because I'm talking about my motivations and like what's led me down this very unusual path at the age of 40, living this kind of lifestyle, and it's kind of telling the characters in what movies I find the most compelling, and it's the Han Solos. It's the Kevin Costner in Waterworld. Why? Well, Kevin Costner has his ship. I forget what kind of yacht or sailing ship it's called, something, a Corsair or something, and it's like the fastest ship that is on the sea in this post-apocalyptic world. And Han Solo has the Millennium Falcon, the fastest ship in the sector or whatever, and it's like it's just him and his ship, and he's like pirate. He doesn't rely on anyone. He's free. And the same thing with the Waterworld guy. So for some reason, that's in my DNA. I just I want to be Han Solo, I guess. And so all this podcast stuff, it has to be portable, because if it's not portable, it's an anchor. And I don't like anchors. I like the fact that if, God forbid, there was an air raid siren, it's like, we're under attack. It's like, right, I'll be ready to go in 30 minutes. Well, I mean, if there was an imminent attack, I could be ready even quicker. And there's something that I really like about that. Now, it's not all gold and sunshine. When you live a life like this, there are certain things that are at least in the short term sacrificed, and that is, when you are stationed in one place for years and years and years, and you work there, you have work colleagues, you have friends, family, you kind of have a very kind of deeply integrated and connected life, where you know people. And well, if you live in a big city, you probably don't even know your bloody neighbor, but you're integrated, and people know you, and there's a sort of a perpetuation of an ongoing shared narrative between all the people that you share your life with, and you get a lot of meaning from that. You get connection and intimacy. And if you live a sort of a nomadic life, you have to really make an effort to seek that out, because if you don't, and you do what I do with a lot, which is just work, you just find yourself like, shit, I'm lonely as fuck. You know, but that's part of the game, and you have to make, you know, it's one of these extra things you have to then consider, because if you don't, then you'll end up in a position where, yes, you're totally free, but you're alone and no one knows you. And I remember I was in I think this is also when I started to get ill, but I was in Bali. Amazing. Who's going to complain about Bali? And I remember that I was with a bunch of friends who were also nomads, and then they left. And there was this period where I was on my own. And I had met people in Bali, made some friends in like the co-working spaces, but then there was this like window where my friends left, and it just so happened that all of the guys that I met, I sort of became friends with, they left, and I was sort of on my own. And I think there was other circumstances as well. But I was thinking like, fuck, I'm in paradise and I'm depressed. I'm in paradise and I'm feeling depressed, because it comes from the like isolation, connection. It's all these things that, like, I watched a Joe Rogan podcast by, I forget the guy's name. He wrote a book called Enter the Scream or something. It was a book about drug addiction, and I can't remember the guy's name. I think it was a British guy, and he talked about how the main, I don't want to say cause, but the main culprit of drug addiction wasn't actually like the actual addiction to the chemical itself. He said it was a feeling of a lack of connection. And once because it was, I think he was talking about how do you fix, like, how do you help people who are addicted to drugs? And he was saying the best thing you can do for them is help them such that their life has human connection in it. And once you have that, it almost slowly starts to remove the need someone has to medicate that sense of isolation that they have, or lack of connection they have, with drugs. I found that really compelling. I didn't turn to drugs, but I found it very interesting. And I bring that up because whenever it comes up, my lifestyle, and I tell someone my lifestyle, and they have, 9 to 5 and whatever, they respond as if like, oh wow, like that's, because obviously you always, if someone is doing something that's totally different to what you're doing, you can only see the positives. It's like the grass is always greener, and whatever lifestyle you choose, there's trade-offs. My little brother is married, great, happy wife. He's got 2 beautiful kids, my niece and nephew, and every time we've got like a family WhatsApp group, and he shares photos, and these photos look like stock family imagery, you know what I mean, where it's all everyone's happy. You've got is it 1 dog or 2 dogs, like a dog, so he's got the whole family thing going. He's younger than me, but I'm freer, right? I'm clearly way more free. He's got the obligations, he's got the mortgage, he's got the kids, like I'm more free. But does that mean that this life path is better? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think happiness equals, I don't think freedom and happiness are things that completely have to be the same. There's no one isn't better than the other. We all choose our different life paths. So my little brother, he's happy, he's got a great family, but he has these obligations and he's living that life, and that isn't a life that I've chosen, at least not yet. And this is the path I'm on. I'm on this path with you guys. You guys are my family. Tony, you're my family. There's 2 Tonys now. There's Tony with a Y and Tony with an I. Okay, you guys have to fight to the death. But there can be only one. Tony says Kevin Costner classic. Oh, 100%. I fucking love that movie. It's so good. Shirley says great learnings for me tonight. Thanks, Andy. You're welcome. Tony says, I think that was a TED talk. They did it in Portugal. It probably was. And that's probably how Joe Rogan found him. And he was on Joe Rogan as well. Tony says connected addicts to society and legalized drugs to remove stigma. But I think that was the central kind of thing that he was promoting. All right, let's wrap it up. thank you for being here, guys. This has been the second week of The Decentralist. I hope you've enjoyed it. This is the beginning. You guys are in at the ground floor. Most of you are now in the Founders Club. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. It's such a huge, it feels so good to have that support from you guys, to show that, you know, that you clearly believe in what I'm doing. It means so much. This is just the beginning. All paths lead to King Silver. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.